Closer, come closer to the flame. Do not mind the white film over my eyes. I do not need them to see you. I can hear the curiosity in your heartbeat. You want to know who I am? You want to know why a blind old man sits alone in the dark? They call me Homer. But names are just wind. Once I had sight sharp enough to count the leaves on an olive tree. But the muses, the gods of memory, they are cruel merchants. They offered me a trade. They said, "Give us your eyes and we will give you the song. You will never see the sun again, but you will see every war, every hero, and every tragedy that ever was." I took the trade, and now I carry the weight of the dead. Their screams are my lullaby. So, if you stay, you must listen. I do not tell stories to entertain you. I tell them to get the ghosts out of my head. Let us begin at the end. The war for Troy. 10 years. Do you know what 10 years of war does to a man? It turns armor into rust. It turns hope into hate. The Greeks were rotting on that beach. Achilles was dead. Ajax had fallen on his own sword. The walls of Troy stood laughing at them. High stone. Unbreakable. For a decade, the Greeks threw their bodies against that stone, and the stone won. Force was useless. The army was ready to quit. But one man was not. Odysseus, the man of twists and turns. He sat by a fire just like this one, looking at a piece of driftwood. He realized that if you cannot break the door down, you must invite yourself to dinner. The plan was madness, to build a beast. They tore apart their own ships to find the timber. Think of the fear, travelers. They were destroying their only way home to build a statue. Fir trees from Mount Ida, planks of pine, the smell of sawdust mixed with the smell of sweat. Hollow. It had to be hollow. Odysseus selected 30 of his best killers, men who could control their breathing, men who could sit in pitch-black darkness for days without coughing. They climbed into the belly of the horse, armed only with daggers and silence. The rest of the army burned their camp. They sailed their ships behind the island of Tenedos, just out of sight. They left one man behind, Sinon, a master liar. He told the Trojans the horse was an offering to Athena. He told them, "If you bring this inside, Troy will never fall." The Trojans, arrogant, proud Trojans, they dragged the doom through their own gates. They thought the war was over. They danced. They drank wine until it spilled like blood. They patted the wooden legs of the horse, laughing. They did not know that death was listening to them from 3 inches away. Midnight. The city slept. The guards were drunk. Inside the horse, Odysseus signaled. Tap, tap, tap. A hidden latch opened. The cool night air rushed in. The 30 men descended on ropes, like spiders. They did not scream. They did not shout. They slit the throats of the guards before the bodies hit the floor. They opened the great gates, and the Greek army, which had quietly sailed back, poured into the city like a black tide. Troy did not wake up to a battle. It woke up to a funeral pyre. The city burned. Priam, the old king, was butchered on his own altar. The women were taken. The gold was melted. By morning, the greatest city in the world was nothing but ash and memory. Odysseus won, but he did not win with strength. He won because he knew that the enemy's greatest weakness was not their wall. It was their pride. They wanted to believe they had won, so they invited the enemy in. But the gods do not like to be tricked. They watched Odysseus burn their temples, and Poseidon, the god of the deep, swore an oath. "You may have taken the city," he whispered, "but you will never make it home." But that is a story for the next log on the fire. Go now. The night is deep.